It used to be that a web app was the equivalent of a music box. You got the point, you got the message, but it could not compare to the real thing. Well, that's no longer the case. So, what is a PWA and why should you care about it? PWA stands for Progressive Web App, and although it is built on technologies like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, it manages to offer functionality that rivals a native app. Okay, fine, but why does this matter? It matters because in a cloud-based future, device specs might not be as important as your internet connection. I'm Alex with Windows Report, and today we'll tackle a question that more and more people should be asking. Will PWAs make the App Store irrelevant? In 2019, Microsoft turned Outlook into a PWA, thus allowing users instant access to Outlook on Windows, macOS, Chrome OS, and other platforms that offer native support. You have to wonder if the success of Google's own productivity apps have become a real concern for Microsoft, as they realize that the advantages of native apps are easily overcome by the cloud. Not only that, but there are certain advantages to the cloud. Advantages that the native apps cannot compete with. Here I'm talking about the fact that they take little to no space on your drive, they're accessible anywhere, anytime, and from pretty much any platform, and most importantly, they only need to be written once. But why is this important? You mean beyond the fact that PWAs offer a native experience at a fraction of the CPU footprint? Well, it's also important because it highlights a trend in a market that is reaching saturation. Tech companies have realized that most of their new users will come from emerging markets, where you're more likely to run into a Xiaomi than an iPhone. For example, Uber rebuilt its mobile website from scratch and turned it into a PWA. And now it runs like a charm even on 2G networks, with the app only weighing 50 kilobytes. This means that a low-end terminal can access and book a ride in just a few seconds, a feat that could not be achieved with a native app running on the same terminal. Pintrest is another good example of how a PWA can change your business. Once they turned their mobile website into a PWA, they saw growth across the board with double-digit increases in key metrics. All this while shrinking the app from 56 megabytes on iOS to 150 kilobytes as a PWA. So not only is it a fraction of the size, but it also loads faster and can run on low-end devices. If you're still having trouble understanding where I'm going, I think this next example will drive the point home. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Apple takes a 30% cut from each sale that happens through the App Store. And that includes monthly subscriptions such as Netflix or Spotify. This is the main reason you can't purchase books through the Kindle app on iOS, and the reason Netflix removed the ability to subscribe in-app. But what if you could build an app that didn't require an app store? What if you could just go to Spotify's website and save it as an app? Well, then you wouldn't need an app store anymore, now would you? Now think of the apps that you use on a regular basis. Facebook, Instagram, Uber, Amazon, Netflix, Spotify, and so on. You get the point. What do they all have in common? They all offer paid services, and they all could work as PWAs that you can save to your terminal directly from your browser. So, would it be that far-fetched to imagine a future where the App Store or the Google Play Store no longer have a reason to exist? No, it wouldn't be that far-fetched at all. As a matter of fact, that's probably the future we're heading for, and Apple knows this, which is why they have special deals in place with Netflix, Spotify, and Amazon. But those deals are just stopgaps. There's just too much money at stake for these deals to remain permanent. Just ask Epic. What about you guys? What do you think about PWAs? Do you use any? Let me know in the comments section. And remember, if you want to learn more about progressive web apps and tech in general, make sure you check out windowsreport.com for that error-free tech life, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more relevant tech videos. See you next time.